Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. And let me adjust the camera real quick. And I'm back with another episode for today's episode. I was gonna do an episode actually yesterday night, but your boy was tired. It is the next day. It is Friday, September 8th. Um, Yesterday was the first game of the NFL season, yet Lions and Chiefs. And I didn't even watch the game because I was that tired. I put the game on. I watched some of the first quarter, and then I woke up like during like the third quarter, this and that, and the Chiefs were down, or the Chiefs were up at that point, and then I was like, huh, okay, we'll see then. And then I woke up at fucking 2 in the morning, and then I'm like, oh shit, who won the game? And I will tell you how that game ended tomorrow because we do have to talk about things beforehand. So I will talk about the Lions Chiefs game from last night tomorrow because I'm doing an episode today, Friday, and then tomorrow morning, Saturday, so I could do my picks for college football and for the NFL week one. So this and that. What the hell on my nose? I don't even know why. It's itchy. But anyways, let's get started with the episode. So let's start off first. Let's start off first with the power rankings that I did. Um, I did power rankings for week one for the NFL season, and I don't even know how accurate this could be for the first week because I mean there's certain teams that we expect to be bad, and obviously we'll just have to wait and see throughout the season on expectations. But let me just go straight to it. So we got the worst team in the NFL. I got the Arizona Cardinals. I got the Arizona Cardinals as the worst team in the NFL starting off week one. Um, Not much to say. The Cardinals haven't done anything this offseason. They've lost J.J. Watt. Kyler Murray's injured. Rookie head coach. The O-line's a mess. The run game is okay, but the Cardinals just don't have something going for them this season, and there's not much to talk about either way. At 31, we have the Indianapolis Colts. They got Anthony Richardson, their fourth round pick from Florida, and he looks like he's going to be a superstar. And he's definitely hyped up and this and that, but he's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes, and I don't think Anthony Richardson is going to have a lot. He's going to have definitely some certain moments um, proven. What was I going to say? Like he's going to have his big moments. He's going to have his down and his up moment throughout the whole season. That's what I was trying to get at. And but he's a rookie. He's going to make those mistakes. He's not going to have a. I would hope he's going to have a pretty solid and productive season. Maybe he could be in the running for offensive rookie of the year. We will have to wait and see, right? Maybe he can lead the Colts to a fucking divisional, push for the Jaguars. I mean, the Colts, I don't know if they're going to be any kind of productive, but you never know, right? At 30, I have the Houston Texans, again, a franchise who just hasn't done much since Deshaun Watson left the team. They're still rebuilding, and they're just still looking forward to their new rookie quarterback, C.J. Stroud. He should be making, strides throughout the season, hopefully, showing his potential. And then Will Anderson Jr., their back-to-back pick, their second pick throughout. I mean, it should be a pretty good, a different type of season for the Houston Texans, but they're definitely not looking for a playoff spot this season. Number 29, I have the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, look, they're not expected to do anything good. They don't have Tom Brady anymore. He's retired. And they have Baker Mayfield as their starting quarterback, and that could be very, very good. Very, 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 very few times in any given moment. So it's not going to be a very good season for the Buccaneers. It's not going to look good for them. I mean, hey, they won that Super Bowl 3 years ago, so let them enjoy that one. But this is not going to be their year. Number 28, I have the Raiders. The Raiders should be at least fighting for the division, or not the division, for the wild card at least. In the AFC West, I mean, they're going to be going up against the Broncos. We're not going to even talk about the Chiefs because the Chiefs aren't even worth mentioning because they're obviously taking that fucking division, because the Raiders and the Chargers and the Broncos, they're all going to be just going back and forth with each other, while the Chiefs are just going to be staying there for first place all throughout the season, right? But the Raiders, nothing else excites me. They lost Derek Carr. Now they have Jimmy G. They do have some good defensive players. Obviously, Max Crosby being one of them. Their new draft pick Tyree Wilson, I think, is definitely going to be in contention for defensive rookie of the year, hopefully. And I mean, they still got Devontae Adams. They still got Josh Jacobs. So their offense is still loaded and this and that. But are they going to stay consistent? Are they going to actually make a playoff push? Are they going to be a team where their defense is not going to sell or their offense is not going to sell one game and this and that? Can they stay consistent and actually show fight? We'll have to wait and see. Number 27, the Bears. I mean, the Bears still got Justin Fields. He looks like he might break out this year, so hopefully he can break out. But other than that, there's not much to look forward to. I mean, uh, DJ Moore, right? DJ Moore is not with the. Never mind. Is he with the? Let me look it up. Is he with the Bears or is he with the Ravens? I'm so confused. I don't know. He's with the fucking Panthers still. I'm so sorry. Actually, no, he's with the Bears. Never mind. I was right. He is with the Bears. So now they have DJ Moore. Um, yeah, I mean he's going to be a pretty good pick. He's not pick. He's going to be a pretty good player for that team. He's going to be number one receiver for Justin Fields up with their Dave Montgomery is going to be a good solid running back with Khalil Herbert as well. Um, the Bears, look, if they could show that their offense can do stuff, and if the defense somehow improves, then maybe the Bears won't have such a miserable ass season. Then we got the Commanders. I don't even know what 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. So 26. I just wrote the teams and I didn't even rank them. But 26, the Commanders. Um, they don't have Dan Schneider anymore. Awesome. Amazing. Amazing. Great. So their ownership is not a huge fucking issue for the team anymore. Thank God. Uh, but they don't have Taylor Heineke anymore. They got Sam Howell as their starting quarterback. He hasn't really done much in the NFL yet, so we'll have to see what he's going to be able to prove. 25, we have the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young. He's going to be making his debut on Sunday. We'll see what the Panthers can do with Bryce Young, um, you know, starting his new journey in the NFL. 24, the Atlanta Falcons. Bijan Robinson is one of the most hyped up picks for the season. One of the hyped up best young rookies. He's already touted, and he's already one of the higher picks in fantasy this year. But the Falcons, man, do we expect them to make a playoff push? Probably because their division is terrible, going up against the Buccaneers and the Saints, and obviously the themselves with as well as the Falcons, the Saints, the Saints, and then who else am I fucking missing? I think I'm missing another team. I don't even know. The Buccaneers, of course. The Buccaneers are already off my mind at this point. Um, Next, we have the Rams. 20 what 3 22. The Rams, if they could stay healthy, if Cooper Kupp could stay healthy, if Matthew Stafford could stay healthy, if their defense could stay healthy, maybe this team will actually be a Super Bowl contender. If not, they're going to be a poverty ass team like they were last year due to all those injuries. And their head coach is still there. Sean McVay is still going to be good. He's still the right fit for them. He's still young as fuck. So there's still many good things and good upside for the Rams, but things need to go right for them to have a very good season and go back to playoff contention and also making a Super Bowl appearance. I mean, if they could stay healthy, then things could happen. But the window is closing for them to win another Super Bowl because Matthew Stafford is getting up there in age, so they kind of make things quickly as possible. Next, we have the Broncos. Their defense is doing a lot. Their offense is doing nothing. Russell Wilson was dog shit last year. Their head coach was dog shit, but now they have Sean Payton. I mean, the best fucking upgrade they can look for or they could have asked for, but the Broncos offense needs to show up. So hopefully Sean Payton's magic can work on that offense, and if that defense continues to prove that they're one of the best defenses in the NFL, then we might be looking at a team that could be doing pretty good this year and actually may not disappoint like they did last year. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, baby. A new era for the Packers. No more Aaron Rodgers. They're going to start a new journey with Jordan Love. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Jordan Love has played in like 2 or 3 NFL games. So there's not much to say right now with Jordan Love and what we could expect from him, but we can expect that maybe he might be one of the best young guys in the league. We'll see. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans. They still got Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry. Now they just acquired DeAndre Hopkins a couple months ago. DeAndre's up there in age as well. I don't know if maybe he could have one or two more productive, solid years. And the Titans could make a playoff push in that not so great AFC South division. But the Jaguars are going to steamroll that division because the Jaguars are a different breed of a team. Um, but we'll have to see what the Titans could do because that defense is not that great. But let's see if they could upgrade and play better this year. Next, we have the New England Patriots. They're a pretty sneaky good team. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that the Patriots are back to being a decent team, but you can't count out Bill Belichick. Thank God they didn't make the playoffs the last 2 years, but this year they could cook up something, unfortunately. But best case scenario for all the teams in that division, there is no guarantee in the AFC East because that division is probably the best division in football right now. And honestly, any team in that division could take it. I mean, the Patriots are the team that I would think the least of to win the division, but because obviously we got the Bills and we got the Dolphins, and obviously we also have the Jets, who are obviously ranked higher than the Patriots. Spoiler alert, obviously, if you couldn't tell. And I just don't see the Patriots doing much, but they could be a sneaky good team. We'll see. Same thing with the Cleveland Browns, and same thing with the Vikings. I mean, the Browns, Deshaun Watson came back. It didn't look that great. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, but we'll see about the Vikings as well. I mean, they were lucky winning all those one-score games. I mean, they won 11 games, but then entered the playoffs and they got destroyed by the Giants. So it's not. They do not want to repeat that success from last year, but they definitely want to upgrade a bit, not just winning those one-score games. They got lucky, and the momentum just kind of flew by and went in and out. Next, we have the New Orleans Saints. And then, yeah, the Saints, they might be that team to win a division in the NFC South. They're going to probably make the playoffs. I mean, they have the best roster. They got Derek Carr, this and that, and Alvin Kamara is still there. Their offense looks promising, and their defense looked like they could do something as well. So we'll have to see if the Saints might be another sneaky good team. Next, we have the Detroit Lions, and the Lions, all the hype, all the hype around the Lions this year. We'll have to wait and see what the Lions could do because they're expected to be one of the best teams in the NFC and probably a lock at the moment. I think they are the favorites to win the NFC North at the moment. So if they can catch up to that, that would be very interesting, but we'll have to see on that. Next, we have the New York Giants. I mean, the Giants, hey, look, last year was a success for them. They might repeat that success this year, but we'll have to wait and see. There's not much I could say right now about the New York Giants. Daniel Jones was it just a fluke? The Giants season was it just a fluke, or are they going to prove themselves once again that they're a playoff team and that they're a dangerous team and that their offense can do a lot and that their defense is still one of the best in the league? So we'll see what that happens. The Pittsburgh Steelers are next, and yeah, they might be a playoff team this year, even though the AFC is a tough conference. I mean, you could say literally almost every team in the AFC, besides like the Texans and the Colts, could say realistically almost any other AFC team could realistically make the playoffs besides those two teams. I feel like you can make the case for the entire AFC East, the entire AFC West. Yes, even the Broncos. Yes, even the Raiders, because you never know what could happen. Maybe that last year there was just a disappointment, but maybe they could step up this year. And the AFC North is also pretty stacked as well with the Steelers, with the Ravens. The Bengals might take the division in general, and then the Browns, maybe they could surprise people. So the Steelers could be definitely making a playoff push. I mean, if it wasn't for the Dolphins winning that tiebreaker, the Steelers would have won in the playoffs. And they never have a losing season. And then Kenny Pickett, he's probably going to break out. I hope that he does because he's on my fantasy football team. And I mean, yeah, why would I not want him to do great? Oh my goodness, bro. I don't know what is in my nose, but it's irritating me. Anyways, Chargers. Um, every year the Chargers always have some type of like hype, and there's always something about the Chargers that there's always something that's feeding their momentum. There's always some type of like excitement. I mean, yes, obviously every team is getting excited for the new season, but the Chargers are one of those teams besides like the Cowboys who have like certain expectations. Now, a lot of Chargers fans are not saying that they're going to go and win the Super Bowl, but the Chargers are one of the, on paper, one of the best, rosters, one of the most complete rosters in the NFL. And they do have one of the best quarterbacks, at least a top 10 quarterback in the league, in Justin Herbert. And they do have a top 10 running back as well with Austin Heckler. And the playoffs, they can't even hold on to a 24-point lead and win the game. So not even in the playoffs, the Chargers are safe from blowing leads. The Chargers need to prove to me that they could be a team that could stay first healthy, that they could do something in the playoffs. That they don't choke, and that their defense could play better all 4 quarters, because they play better in the first half, then the offense slows down the second. Or this, there's always something going on with the Chargers. If they can stay consistent, if they're healthy, and if they don't stop, and if they stop fucking choking leads, that will help. So that's my case for the Chargers, because every year there's always some type of excitement for them, and then it just never ends up in anything big. Next, we have the Jets. Speaking of hype, I mean, this is a team that is getting all the praise and definitely getting a lot of hype right now, and hopefully the Jets can prove it. I mean, it sucks that they're now going to be competition to the fucking Dolphins in the division, but it's going to be pretty exciting now. Aaron Rodgers is in town. Their offense is stacked. Their defense is also stacked. Their coaching is pretty good. The Jets have a lot to go for this year. If they don't make the playoffs, even that's in that very heavy loaded as AFC division, the AFC East division, then it is still going to be a disappointment for them. I mean, if it's not the Bills or if it's not the Dolphins winning the division, I think we would probably go for the Jets. So let's see what the Jets can do. Then we have the Dolphins. If Tua stays healthy, we're making the playoffs. That's all I got to say. Seahawks. If Geno Smith, why did I say it like that? If Geno Smith can repeat the success that they had last year, the Seahawks might make it to the fucking Super Bowl. At this point, I don't even know. The Seahawks are a very sneaky team, and a lot of people are just thinking there was a fluke last year. If they prove it's not a fluke, just like the Giants, if it's not a fluke, then we'll have to wait and see what can happen, right? Jaguars. Man, the Jaguars are a deadly team, and they're the best Florida team right now to represent. Unfortunately, it can't be the Dolphins. Maybe the Dolphins will be able to switch that at some point, but right now the Jaguars are the team to be in Florida. But the Jaguars are a deadly team, man. Trevor Lawrence has proven himself a lot. He's shown major improvement last year, and he's just gonna, he's just gonna be better. He's gonna solidify. I think this season he might solidify himself as a young superstar in the league. He might be in top 5 MVP conversation this year. You never know, man. Trevor Lawrence and that Jaguars offense is great, in the defense. They're not a bad defense themselves either, but still improvement can be made as well. And their head coach with Doug Peterson has worked as a very good dynamic. So we'll see what the Jaguars can prove themselves. We'll see. Next, we got the Ravens. Lamar stays healthy. The Ravens got to make the playoffs. And it's at this point almost a guarantee. They have great head coaching. Their defense is very good, and their offense is good enough. But if Lamar is not there, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The Cowboys, they're winning the Super Bowl in like 56-39. That's the next time they're winning the Super Bowl, so don't even get me started on them. Their defense is amazing. Their offense is good, but then they sell in the playoffs. We know the story. It's going to happen once again. If it's not the wild card, if it's somehow not the divisional, and if they actually make it to the title game, they're going to choke in the title game. They're going to choke in whatever game that they're in. If they somehow, in God's fantasy, they make it to the Super Bowl, they're going to sell in the Super Bowl. Yes, I am a hater. Yes, I don't have faith in the Cowboys, but they're goddamn such a good football team that at least I have to mention them for a little bit. Next, we got the Bills. The Bills hype has died down. They're going to be a team that a lot of people are not going to be picking that much for the Super Bowl because we've given them multiple chances and it just hasn't worked for them. So we'll see what the Bills can prove. But if they can't prove shit, then well, you're going to have to do something else. They're going to have to prove us wrong. They're going to have to prove us wrong because right now they're not showing much to give. Next, we got the 49ers at number 4. Now we're in the top. So obviously the Bills at 5, the Bengals at 3. So the Niners, I mean, hey, if they can stay healthy once again, that defense is stacked. The offense looks great, but the defense is not great. The defense is spectacular. It is the standard. It is probably the best defense in the league. Nick Bosa just got paid. He just got the max extension. And, well, he's going to stay for the 49ers for a while now. And watch out for the 49ers. And they could definitely be making a Super Bowl run this year for sure. Don't count them out. Number 3, got the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Chiefs ain't making the title game or the Super Bowl, then the Bengals will. Just putting it out there, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. So the Bengals got to prove themselves even more if they really want to make a second Super Bowl appearance, if they want to finally win it all. But this year, they have a good chance. Now, Joe Burrow, unfortunately, first one, he got paid. So that's the big fucking news right now. We'll see if Joe Burrow is going to play great in week 1 to start the season off. I mean, the Bengals had a rough start to the season last year. You know, this and that. He is going to be active to play on Sunday, but he was injured for the preseason. So he's just coming off of an injury. So he's not going to be probably not be playing amazing, but we'll have to wait and see. You know, don't count out the Bengals. The Bengals are definitely one of the best teams in the league, and that team is scary. Number 2, the Eagles. They are the stacked. They're the definition of one of the best teams in the NFL. They're the recent NFC champions. Yes, if it wasn't for a couple of plays in the Super Bowl, we would have been Super Bowl champions, this and that. Jalen Hurts might put up an MVP season. I hope he does. I hope the Eagles still run the fucking NFC to the ground, and then eventually we can fight the Niners in the NFC. I want a championship. I want another title game between the Eagles and the Niners, but this time we legit get the number 1 offense versus the number 1 defense because we were robbed of that last year just because Brock Purdy got hurt, and obviously the defense just didn't stay intact throughout the whole game. And then obviously number 1 we got the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl defending champions. Yeah, there's no complaining about that. So those were week 1 power rankings. Let's move on to the next part of the episode. Checking my watch real quick. Anyways, next part of the episode. What do we got? Okay, so yeah, the Lions, Chiefs. I mean, I predicted the Chiefs to win, but I'll let you guys know how that went tomorrow's episode. Okay. Oh yeah, the FIBA World Cup. You know what? Let's just talk about the FIBA World Cup. I'm gonna actually do the quarterfinal recap and then the semifinal recap because it's actually noon right now. So let's just go straight to the FIBA World Cup right now. So the quarterfinals were a couple days ago, and the semifinals were actually this morning. So in the quarterfinals, we had Lithuania versus Serbia. Serbia defeating Lithuania 87-68, and then we had the USA annihilating Italy 100-63. Those were the 2 games on Tuesday. Now on Wednesday, we had like other classification games. This is for like the top 8 teams. So this was, I think, like the 5th or 7th place game, whatever that was. But Germany defeats Latvia 81-79. And then Canada defeats Slovenia 189. But then today, the 2 semifinal games. Or actually, no, not the 2 semifinal games. Wait, what the fuck is this? Okay, actually, no. Back to Wednesday again. Latvia beats Italy 87 to 82, and then Lithuania defeats Slovenia 100-84. But now the 2 semifinal games, right, that were for today, Friday morning, we had Serbia versus Canada, and Serbia beats Canada. They move on to the national championship with the final game, and then the U.S. they lose. They lose. They fall to Germany 113-111. So they will be playing on Sunday, but not for the final match. They'll be playing for match of 3rd place. So The U.S. versus Canada will be at 4:30 in the morning for the match of third place for the tournament, and then the championship will be Serbia versus Germany at 8:40 in the morning. Do I really feel like watching the U.S., who just got eliminated this morning, um, play against Canada? Yes, I wanted them to play in the championship, but instead they're going to play for the third place match, and at 4:30 in the morning, um, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. So I don't know about that. By the way, once again, we were out rebound. They shot the ball a lot fucking better than we did. Barely, but they did a little bit better. We got out rebound not that much, but we did have a lot of turnovers. Um, th- Actually, no, they had more turnovers. I felt like we had more turnovers in Germany, but they actually had 10 turnovers and we only had 9. So that's not that bad right there. It was a close game throughout. Um, we were down by like 12 points right in the beginning of the fourth quarter. But then we were putting on this little streak. We were getting hot. And eventually, Dennis Schroeder, man, he just ended the game with a dagger, going up by 6 with like 40 seconds left in the game. And it was a wrap there, man. The U.S., man, they just had to rely much on Brandon Ingram. Psych! Brandon Ingram did nothing in this fucking game. Anthony Edwards, man, 23 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. Michael Bridges, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And then Jalen Brunson, 15 points, 7 assists, and then 1 rebound. Austin Reeves actually put up a good game. I mean, he had 21 points, he had 2 rebounds. But it just wasn't enough to beat Germany. So there's that. Unfortunately, yeah, we're not going to be the world champions in the FIBA World Cup this year, but hopefully next year we're gonna prove the world that once again we're gonna take gold in the Olympics next year. That's all I could hope for. Anyways, let's move on to the next part of the episode. Um, so we got what else do we got? Okay, FIBA World Cup. We got. I'll talk about the Lions and Chiefs game tomorrow. The pick'em. I mean, the pick'em is gonna be pretty much where I make my picks, but that will be a part of tomorrow's episode. So yeah, let's just get straight to it. This is the last part of the episode, to the predictions. The 2023-2024 NFL predictions. Now, I'm just going to be doing the regular season. I'm going to be doing a ranking for each division and then the team's records, every team's record, but then all of that I'll seed them in the playoffs, but then eventually I'll do the playoff predictions tomorrow. A part of tomorrow's episode will be the playoff predictions, so we could save that for tomorrow because I do have maybe like half an hour left of recording, so that because then I gotta go to work after. So we're gonna save the playoff predictions for tomorrow's episode, so Saturday morning. But we will do the NFL awards, and then we'll do the season runs. Okay, let me just do NFL awards. Let's get straight to NFL awards. Coach of the Year. Let's start with Coach of the Year. So let me just type in Coach of the Year candidates. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be we're probably gonna have like Dan Campbell there. We're probably gonna have like Sean Payton, Robert Saleh, Doug Peterson, maybe Mike Tomlin. I don't know. I heard a lot about Arthur Smith might being in that contention as well. Matt Eberflus, the new head coach for the Bears. For Coach of the Year, I mean, I'm really tempted to pick the Lions head coach with Dan Campbell. I think he's a great head coach, and I do think that if we could make a bet that Dan Campbell might win Coach of the Year. I mean, the odds say he's the favorite in certain reports. I mean, right now it looks like he's the favorite right now. While we have also Sean Payton, Matt Eberflus, Arthur Smith, Matt LaFleur, Robert Saleh, Mike McDaniel is also in that contention. I mean, I would love to pick Mike McDaniel. Obviously, I'm a Dolphins fan here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Mike McDaniel for Coach of the Year. If everything goes right, I'm going to say this directly to the camera. If everything goes right for the Dolphins, they're going to make the playoffs once again, but not barely. They're going to make the playoffs comfortably, not like relying on other teams to lose and then for us to win the last game and then for another team to also. We're gonna get to the comfort. We're gonna go to the playoffs comfortably on our own hands. We're not depending on other fucking teams to make it there. We're gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna make a playoff run. Super Bowl is where we're trying to go at. At the very least, we could represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, or we might be one of the last two AFC standing this season. We could be going against the Bengals. We could be going against the Chiefs, the Bills, somehow, the Jets. I don't fucking know. If we can make it to the AFC title game, I'm fucking ecstatic for I'm ecstatic. If we win one playoff game, ecstatic. And that's if it's in the divisional. If we win two to make it to the title game, brilliant. And Coach Mike McDaniel is going to be one of the reasons why that could and hopefully will happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm going to predict exactly the Dolphins going to the title game, but if it goes to my world, if it's up to me, I gotta do it, man. I'm sorry. I want to, you know what I mean? I have to. I feel like I want to and I have to. So don't come after me. I feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like there's something that could happen. There's something that could happen with it. There's something that could happen with it. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty here. I mean, we got other shit here. Hold on. What are the other betting things? Okay. All right. So yeah, coach of the year. I'm gonna lock it in for Mike McDaniel. I'm gonna coach it for lock of the year. Comeback player of the year. It's gonna be DeMar Hamlin, guys. There's not really much of a. It's gonna be DeMar Hamlin for obvious reasons, right? Which he deserves, but they're just gonna give it because, well, you know, guys. I don't gotta explain. Defensive rookie of the year. Who do I got for defensive rookie of the year? I could go with Jalen Carter. I can go with Christian Gonzalez. I can go with Tyree Wilson. Devin Witherspoon looks nice, looks good. Will McDonald, after watching Hard Knocks, Will McDonald might be someone in contention as well. I've heard a lot about Emmanuel Forbes, the cornerback from the Commanders. I've heard that he's been pretty good as well. Will Anderson for the Texans. It's gonna look interesting. For me, I mean, if I'm gonna be biased again, I will go with I'll go with Jalen Carter. I'll go with Jalen Carter just to be very biased. But if I'm not gonna pick Jalen Carter, Commanders, a Seahawks. If the Devin Witherspoon might be really good. I mean, I have a lot of trust. Christian Gonzalez from the Lions. Wait, from the Lions. Wait, Christian Gonzalez from the Lions? Wait a minute. No, what the fuck? Is he with the Patriots? Christian Gonzalez? Wait, what? So isn't he with the fucking Patriots? Wait, what is going on? What is this? They got it all fucked up. Oh, ew. You know what? Christian Gonzalez, I'll give it to you, dog. I'll give it to you. Maybe. Should I? Yeah, should I? You know what, bro? I'm gonna give it to Christian Gonzalez. I'm half biased because he's also Colombian. So, you know, Colombian brothers right there. But unfortunately, he plays for the Ops with the fucking New England Patriots. But winning this award doesn't necessarily mean that the team is good, but that he is good. So it's like a half situation here. I don't want to have the Patriots winning anything, but I'll put up with Christian Gonzalez winning defensive rookie of the year. And also that's like a new pick. I mean, he's like third here in the odds, so definitely one of the favorites. But over like Will Anderson and Jalen Carter, definitely to some people is gonna be like, wait, what are you fucking talking about? So Christian Gonzalez, I hope you play with your best, and you know what I mean. prove everybody wrong. Hope you're up there as one of the best rookies, and hopefully you make me look you made me look fucking smart as fuck. Now, offensive rookie of the year. I mean, Bijan Robinson, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, Jameer Gibbs, Zay Flowers. They're all just fucking. They're probably gonna be definitely all of them are gonna be like the favorites for offensive rookie of the year. I have Zay Flowers on my fantasy. Um, Jameer Gibbs might be a dog for the Lions. CJ Stroud, I don't know. I'm not gonna pick CJ. Anthony Richardson might be a good bet, but I don't know. Bijan Robinson though, he has to be the favorite. I think Bijan right now is the favorite. Let me look it up. Um, Offensive rookie of the year favorites. Yeah. Yeah, right now Bijan Robinson is the favorite. And then it's Bryce Young, then Anthony Richardson, then CJ Stroud, then Jameer Gibbs, and then Jordan Addison. Oh yeah, Jordan Addison, about I forgot about him. And then Zay Flowers, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba might be a good one too, man. He's nasty, man. That's gonna be one of the players I'm gonna be excited to look. That's gonna be one of the Zay Flowers, Smith and Jigba, Richardson, Bryce Young, and then Bijan. Definitely like the five of the rookies that we're all waiting to see how good they're fucking gonna be this year. I'm also interested in seeing Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. Now he's gonna be from the Giants. He was drafted out of Tennessee, going to the Giants, and he looks like a fucking star right now. We also got like this running back, the Dolphins, Aknine, Devon Aknine, I think that's what his name is, something like that. He's got probably the third. He's the third string running back right now, or the second string running back behind Raheem Mostert for the Dolphins. But he could be fucking nasty. But you know what? For for you know what? Fine. I'll pick the favorite. I'll pick the favorite. I haven't picked the favorite for any of these awards so far yet, but you know what? I'll pick Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson looks like he is gonna be a fucking stud in the NFL, dude. I mean, Kyle Pitts has not been like a superstar, but he has been a pretty solid player. And even Kyle Pitts, like, yeah, I had him on my fantasy team last year and he didn't have an amazing year, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. I feel like maybe things could change this year. And with Bijan Robinson, he could be a fucking deal breaker. And then maybe he will tell people now, this is what it is now. This is what it is. I feel like now this is a good opportunity for the Falcons to step up. And with a guy like Bijan Robinson, hopefully things can go well. Now, okay, so coach of the year I have Mike McDaniel, comeback player of the year Damar Hamlin, defensive rookie of the year I have Christian Gonzalez, and then offensive rookie of the year I have Bijan Robinson. Now for defensive player of the year, I mean we obviously can go with Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, um, Aaron Donald if he stays healthy, Aiden Hutchinson, Chris Jones, um, Nick Bosa. Oh, sorry, I already said Nick Bosa. Sauce Gardner. Like, there's some good guys for defensive player of the year. TJ Watt, I feel like TJ Watt is so consistent, but he has yet to win a defensive player of the year. I kind of want to give it to TJ Watt. I feel like he's one of those guys who have just been he's always stayed in this conversation for defensive player but hasn't won it yet. Michael won it already. Miles won it already. Nick Bosa obviously won it last year. Sauce Gardner could definitely be up there in contention. Aiden Hutchinson. If the Lions, I feel like if the Lions are worth the hype this year, Aiden Hutchinson is going to be one of the reasons why, because he's a fucking stud and he was amazing last year in his rookie year. I think he was second for defensive rookie of the year, but now being defensive player of the year in conversation, it's definitely big. Also, Patrick Surtain. If the Broncos are worth something, and if they're actually good this year, then you know what? We could put something on the Broncos as well with him. But for me, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go with. I'm probably gonna go with. I'm not gonna go with Nick Bosa, Sauce Gardner. Aaron Donald is a very good pick, but I don't know if he'll stay healthy. Micah Parsons, man, looks. Oh man, will he repeat? Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt. I'm between TJ Watt, Aiden Hutchinson, and probably Micah Parsons. Okay, so I have a Dolphins coach, I have a Bills player, I have a Patriots player, I have a Falcons player. I'm kind of have to play the game here, you know. TJ or Micah or Aiden. Those are like my three right now. I'm gonna remove Aiden. I'm gonna remove Aiden. Okay, so then it's gonna be between Micah or TJ Watt for me. For me, I'm probably gonna have to say, you know what, fuck it, I'll go with TJ Watt. I'll take TJ Watt as Defensive Player of the Year. Why not? I'll take the risk of it. It's not really that much of a risk. He's gonna be in contention, even if he's injured for some games of the season, which hopefully, God forbid, he is not. He still might be in contention. That's how fucking insane he is. Um, you know, Now let's go to offensive player of the year. I mean, let me just click on it. Offensive player of the year. I mean, we're gonna get Justin Jefferson. We're gonna get Christian McCaffrey, Jamar Chase, Justin Fields, Tyreek Hill. We're gonna have those guys. Garrett Wilson, I know is gonna be up there. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? All those motherfucking guys. Who's number one? Let me see in the favorites. Jamar Chase right now has the best odds, and then Justin Jefferson, then Christian McCaffrey, then Nick Chubb, Justin Fields, Tyreek, Lamar, Joe Burrow, Garrett Wilson, and then Derrick Henry. Okay, I'm not gonna give it to Justin Jefferson because Jefferson is gonna be a dog, but Nick Chubb, I think Nick Chubb might be there. Nah, McCaffrey might be a good one, but hmm. Should I? I don't know. Maybe. Bears. Justin Fields, Tyreek Hill, Lamar, Joe Burrow. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with fucking. I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill. Yeah, yeah. That was a biased pick. Yes, I know that was a biased pick, but it had to come. It had to come. It had to come. It had to come. Sorry, Tyreek Hill, Offensive Player of the Year. That's my pick. Now for MVP, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Tua, Lamar. Literally the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. That's gonna be fucking. That's gonna be MVP. But who is gonna win MVP? I've narrowed it down to three already: Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, or Jalen Hurts. So we're removing Patrick Mahomes and we're removing Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes is still going to be a dog, obviously, because he's the best fucking player in the league. And I kind of want to put Tua, but maybe Tua as MVP is going to be kind of pushing it. So I got to go Joe Shiesty, Jalen Hurts, or Justin Herbert, and maybe Lamar. Maybe. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take Justin Herbert out. I'm gonna take Justin Herbert out, and I'm gonna put it's between Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow for MVP. And it's tough. Look, I could be biased and just put Jalen Hurts because I'm an Eagles fan, but I also feel like Joe Burrow. I feel like the Bengals this year. I have a lot of highs for the Bengals this year. I think the Bengals. Right now, I don't know who I would pick for the Super Bowl because I haven't made my predictions yet. But I just have a feeling that I see them in the Super Bowl this year again. You know, over the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are still going to be the team to beat. But the team that could beat the Chiefs and the Chiefs that already have proven that they are a rivalry to the Bengals is the Chiefs. You know, I mean, well, the Bengals, yeah, they have a rivalry. So, I mean, it was finally the one time that the Bengals lost to the Chiefs, or that the Chiefs beat the Bengals in the title game last year to make it to the Super Bowl. But previous to that, they were 0-3 to the Bengals. So they have a fucking rivalry, and they're still 1-3. Mahomes is 1-3 against Joe Burrow, and I feel like maybe this time around they could get the revenge again, and maybe the Bengals could make the Super Bowl. I'm kind of giving y'all a little bit of what I'm thinking right now. I'm not putting anything on it right now. I could literally change my mind tomorrow and say, no, the Bengals are going to lose in the fucking divisional. But I don't know. I feel like maybe, I think Joe Burrow might win MVP, guys. But I want to put Jalen Hurts because there's no way. I'm sorry. If I'm putting, I gotta put an Eagles player, guys. Like I'm kind of biased, guys. I have to put a Dolphins and an Eagles player somehow in one of the, like, I'm not biased towards all of them. You know what I mean? But for Tyreek Hill, Offensive Player of the Year, I know he's not the favorite, but bro, I'm a Dolphin. Look at this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of have to be kind of biased somehow in one way or another. So like, I got to do something about it. But if I don't put Jalen Hurts as MVP, what is it? What is it worth now? What is it worth now? Man, man, I feel like I got to put Jalen at MVP over Joe Burrow, man. But what do I do? What do I do? Flip a coin. Flip a fucking coin. That's where it's gonna end up, guys. For MVP, we're gonna flip a coin. Give me that fucking quarter. Boom. Got it. I've had to do this a couple times already. We're back to the coin flip. All right. So we're gonna be judging and we're gonna be picking. I'm gonna be picking my MVP off of a fucking coin toss, and I'm already at 46 minutes. Oh my goodness! I don't even think I'm gonna do my regular season predictions in this episode. I might have to push that for tomorrow. God fucking damn it! But anyways, let's just do this shit. All right. Heads, Jalen Hurts. Tails, Joe Burrow. Here we go. It is tails, guys. It is tails. So that means Joe Burrow will win the MVP this year, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Burrow is the MVP. Is my vote for MVP from a coin toss. Yep. That's the most fair way I could think of. Jalen Hurts, if you win it over Joe Burrow, you can blame the fucking coin for being wrong because I wasn't wrong. It was the coin. So, yeah, guys. So those are my NFL award predictions. Let me just repeat them again for you guys to get it. Once again, so Coach of the Year, I got Mike McDaniel from the Miami Dolphins. Comeback Player of the Year, DeMar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Christian Gonzalez of New England Patriots. Offensive Rookie of the Year will be Bijan Robinson from the Atlanta Falcons. Defensive Player of the Year will be T.J. Watt from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Offensive Player of the Year, excuse me. Offensive Player of the Year will be Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins, and then the Most Valuable Player will be Joe Burrow, quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals. So those are my awards predictions, guys. We're going to have to stop the recording here for today because I'm not going to have time to do all 32 teams regular season final scores, or not scores, their records and this and that and their standings. So I'll have to push that for tomorrow. My episode tomorrow might be like an hour and a half. We're probably going to be pushing a damn near 2-hour episode for tomorrow. So for today, we're getting a 50-minute episode, and then tomorrow we probably are pushing for a 1 hour and 30 minute episode. So I apologize. I thought I was going to have enough time, but I'll just have to shove it in for next episode. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys literally in less than 24 hours again. Once again for another episode tomorrow on Saturday, and then again on Monday night during the Monday Night Football game between the Jets and the Bills. And then obviously during that Monday Night Football game, I'll be talking about week 1 of the NFL season and then week 2 of college football. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in a bit. Take care and peace out, my friends.